And away we go. Game 3 here in this best of 5 newbie up against RNG as we have got ourselves into the new lobby. Remade it all pick and we've got the same draft, same heroes. It is a last pick Alchemist for AQ. Lacoste. That's going to be an interesting one. Is Slark heading mid or it looks like Dragon Knight is going to be the matchup against Alk, which is not what I was expecting.
Well, you want to put Dragon Knight on a mid lane, has a Dragon Blood, extra armor so he can stand in the acid spray. Slark on the bottom lane will be matched against Pangolier and Shadow Shaman. I guess he's going to be, yeah, they're going to have Snapfire and Slark on the bottom lane. A lot of kill potential, like super early on, but once they hit level 3, they're good to go.
30 seconds to
And the odds, pretty much 10 to 1. RNG pretty heavily favoured now as this series has gone on. Newbee, where's that Dazzle sitting? Moogie up top with the Ring of Bassi. Flywin is the Omni up against him with September Nyx there. Waishi, Shadow Shaman with boots first. Super headdress on the Grandma. Satsume DK. Monet Slark going to be up against Wizard on the Pango and Faith Clockwork down here for now. September nearly dying up top. It will be Flywin to grab the rune and potentially with a cookie kill on Waishi. The boots getting him a good amount of distance, but they've got the
Another
impale
stun.
arriving from September and the first blood spilled by Flywin.
September, what a bro. Did not want to get the last hit there. I would have taken it to 300%. Like, you're playing Nyx Assassin, you can't farm Flywin. What is he bringing? Just a ring.
Just a ring. 300 gold he got from that kill. So Faith up here, they move the Shadow Shaman bottom. Monet feels like he's going to have a real good laning stage on this Slark, which is bad news for AQ on the Alchemist. Already a couple of good CS under his belt. While Alchemist having a little struggle mid lane. Only one CS on AQ.
Oh, Wizard on the bottom lane might die. Monet actually misses a little bit of Jucarino left and right.
Super. With that headdress, going to sustain up as well. Has one Mango and a Tango burning.
We don't see safe lane players controlling the lane anymore. Most of the time you just want to push the lane, then your supports drags the side pole camp.
And Flywin up top, using that Heavenly Grace, but not getting rid of the Poison Touch, and that's going to be his undoing. The Poison ticking him down. Oh, the Tango regen. No way has he survived on like 2 health.
It was not Tango region, it was that Ring of Region. September, the biggest of them bros, gave him the last hit.
I can't believe it. Faith is still chasing September back. Flywin, man oh man, that was close. Down bottom, another cookie. In onto Wizard with a leash, the pounce, a couple of clicks, and Monet will secure that bonus agi for himself through that Essence shift. And RNG off to a beautiful start. This is exactly how you want things to go. Both of your side lanes doing really, really well. Getting first blood, getting a kill, keeping yourselves alive in these dangerous scenarios. And September, well, he may be dropping here as Faith makes a good play forward, but the Heavenly Grace, the Dispel, the heal, the extra regen just kicking in. Moogie and Faith so close to getting something, but they're left with nothing.
So far, so good for RNG. How's mid lane? 10-5 against 9-2. I mean, we've seen Newbee in the same... whatever. We saw Newbee in the same position where they were losing the early game, and then Alchemist gets Radiance plus 1 item, and they decide to group up, take the Roche, and just snowball from there. This lineup needs a lot of XP and time to build up. Like, you want to get a couple of items, Necrobook on Dazzle, plus a mech. Maybe Vlad's on Pangolier or a pipe. I don't think you need a pipe. Okay, against the Grandma, you should get a pipe.
Yeah, and you need this Shadow Shaman to get level 6 reasonably quickly as well, right? Get that Serpent Wards onto your objectives from an early point. This Breathe fire from Setsu really is causing havoc for AQ. 10 CS against the 18 and 8 on Setsu's Dragon Knight, slaying the lane. September swinging in towards mid lane. The 4-minute 4-minute action runes very nearly spawning up. Super's doing the same thing as Waishi, coming in from the south. Dragon Tail from Setsu, going to secure some CS. And where's that rune spawning? Haste for Waishi. Just going to run around, get a few clicks into Super, swing back down towards bottom lane. Setsu, even though he's on half HP, a very difficult kill to get.
He puts an extra point in Dragon Blood just so that he has sustain in the lane. 23-10 against 14-3. Setsu, man, has been playing amazing throughout this tournament.
Spectacular performances, honestly. And this this whole laning setup has allowed them to kind of leave Flywind top, get a decent amount of farm, but it's mainly just getting the large chunks of experience from this top lane as well. September still level 2, but Faith really struggling on the XP front himself. As bounty runes 10 seconds away. Mugi and Faith get themselves into position. Super and Monet want to grab one of those southern ones. It looks like it should be a 2 for 2 across the map. Pounce misses from Monet, ever so close to just tagging the backside of Wizard. And Cookie dodged out.
Oh, what a play from Wizard.
Gorgeous stuff, but his Swashbuckle's still on cooldown for a second. They don't have enough damage to bring him down just there. Very close, though. Unpredictable movement from the Pango.
Dire are scanning.
Observer ward up to safeguard this Alchemist's farm, who does have a couple of stacks back in the jungle. But it is free reign mid lane for the Catapult Wave and the Elder Dragon form. Waishi sandwiched in between the Grandma, the Dragon, the Nyx Assassins here to leech some experience as well. That's a freebie for Setsu.
Most importantly, they are keeping this siege creep alive. Dragon Knight will put some pressure on the tower. We've seen this before, acid spray thrown. But Dragon Knight doesn't care that much. Like, look what he's doing, just stunning Alchemist, denying every single possible creep that he can from him.
It is gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, and a double damage rune top. His dragon form's wearing off, sadly. That DD rune will secure him an even longer extended laning phase as September's playing that recon game, getting all the info on the Alchemist, scouting out camps, making sure that AQ isn't farming safely or comfortably at all. There's an anxious time in the jungle for the Alch, and he needs this Faith Clockwork to do everything in his power to zone out the supports. But look at them. 3 heroes from RNG, all grouping around Faith. Okay, you're getting pushed back by the cogs, and Faith will escape.
Such a good job by Faith, causing 3 heroes to focus him, and he does not die. Even if he dies, the Alchemist is still getting a double stack camp.
And he gets a courier, okay. He's going to attack the gank here. Faith getting healed up a bit by Mugi. Super dropping low, that minus armor. Cookie back out. Faith doesn't die, and they get 2 kills. Mugi gets the double. Well, that was unexpected.
Dire's middle tower.
Alchemist still farming, of course. And Monet down bottom. He needs level 6 pretty badly right now. Swashbuckle, Wizard, toying with him. Monet, he's come in with that Shadow Dance. Still has a 1 charge. He's going to get himself 1 more click. Wizard juking through the trees, blocked by his own creeps. No!
Such a big kill. I mean, it's really important for RNG that Slark gets a free game.
Meanwhile, Setsu, he moves up to the high ground, but Faith is there ready to meet him. Wand popped, Setsu cookied out, but it's not fast enough. AQ's the one to grab the kill and picks up Royal Jelly for his actions as well. 5-3, a bit scrappy, a bit messy now. Everyone just looking for inches of space. Dazzle has that Necro 1 completed. Pango TP's up immediately. Halfway through level 5, wants that Rolling Thunder ASAP. And what was the 8-minute rune? Super with an invis. Scouting the Alch. They are pinging him out. They've got a sentry ward here, which I believe scouted the Grandma coming in.
We didn't talk about Omni Knight. He's having okay time on the top lane. The classic build, Wind Lace, Soul Ring, Magic Wand. Pretty hard to take down. He's most of the time going to be using that Heavenly Grace on Slark, but Dragonite also benefits from the extra strength. Extra strength means extra damage. You continue. Extra damage means what?
More creep kills.
More creep kills means more gold, equals more items, equals bigger chances to win a game.
It's like a domino
Alchemist
effect.
is going for Battle Fury.
Dire's middle tower.
Okay. We did have a little brief chat about this, about the Alchemist in their previous series, talking about like the Blink concoction build, the Shadowblade build, the Battle Fury Alch build was a Chinese classic. And what do you think the big difference is here? Like, why no Radiance and why Battle Fury?
He's playing against Nyx Assassin Carapace, so he's always going to be able to control him with the Radiance. So this is just a farming item, and then like he's going to get BKB after. I don't think he's going to go for any kind of shenanigan and concoctions build up. It just doesn't feel right.
Super. Cookieing away, but Faith traps the Grandma in the cogs. Another good pick-off here from Newbee as they put Moogie down in the southern lane. A good stun up top onto the Pango, but he's got Swashbuckle and Rolling Thunder. Swings up to the high ground and looks for the Bounty Rune, which he will grab under the nose of September. 3 going the way of Newbee. Alchemist team happy.
Look what Alchemist is doing. He's kind of happy that he lost tier 1 tower on a mid lane, so he can pull this off.
Is under attack.
Drags the creep wave, gets an extra gold.
Radiant's
He's
bottom
so
tower
close
is under attack.
to that Battle Fury timing on top of double Bracer. Also Iron Talon. Oh man, that item feels good.
It sure does, as Monet gets picked off bottom, shackled up and killed. The cookie into Faith, but this is a tanky Clockwork. Still, level 4 Breathe Fire will be the end of that Clock's actions down near this tier 1. The Catapult needs to be dealt with, and Setsu, yes, is up on the front lines, but with Serpent Wards and now a Poison Touch, Rolling Thunder from Wizard connecting back in towards Flywin as well, but he already got the Heavenly Grace out, and he'll focus down the Serpent Wards and the Catapult to shut this push down. But this is all chaos creation. This is havoc for havoc's sake, because you mentioned it, Battle Fury there, the Shadowblade is coming out from AQ, and I would assume the BKB after that as well.
It doesn't matter that Newbee didn't get the tower on the bottom lane. They're just keeping his Alchemist farmed up, also keeping their towers alive. And they killed Slark. Slowing down Slark is the key here.
Yeah, and DK's gone for this kind of early game focus, drums, treads, soul ring. He wants to make action happen while Slark continues farming. Slark is top, looking to get a kill on Wizard, but again has that Swashbuckle as the backup plan.
Dire's structures are
Clock hits
fortified.
6 mid.
Dire's bottom
Could
tower
look to kick things off down bottom around their own tier 1. They don't have to force anything though, they are still pretty happy just having AQ sit in that safe part of the jungle, farming through multiple camps and stacks. And the bottom tier 1 really of no strategic importance
has fallen.
for the Dire side, just give it up, let it go.
Structures are
No big deal. Next Assassin Vendetta. As September goes looking for the Alch again. Got a couple of sentries down all over the jungle watching for him. None of them spot September just yet. He'll walk into this one in a second. Looks like AQ has already bailed himself away, ditching that final Centaur to clear out the mid-wave instead. And, oh, my bad, Monet's fallen top.
I feel like I've heard that one before a couple of times. My bad.
My bad. At least I accept my my failings. Yeah, self-reflection's important, Lacoste. Sometimes you're just bad at things, you know? AQ stacking
That's
up
how
the
you get
agents.
better. That's the first step.
Self-realization. 10k net worth on the Alch now, man. Shadowblade Battle Fury, 13 minutes in. BKB's queued. Newbee looking for game 3 here off this AQ Alch.
Alchemist has mana problems since they
Dire's top tower
removed mana regeneration with Chemical Rage. And with Battle Fury, That's what he gets. Alright, this might be a solo kill.
A little bit of help from his friends. But that full duration concoction off the Shadow Blade, setting up very nicely on the Nyx Assassin. And there's still so much time that Monet needs to get his first item. Pretty much half the net worth of the Alchemist right now. So RNG playing opposite side of the map. Mirror movement up the top, look for the tier 2. Dazzle coming in to defend. Faith in the jungle, trying to catch out any stragglers here, but the cookie away. Won't get the Grandma out. Super saves the Dragon Knight, but loses her own life. Maybe they want to try and fight around this with the Omni Knight healing her up. The Guardian Angel's there, and Faith trying to sprint out, but the Slark has come in. They are ready to fight. AQ with the concoction, trying to land it on September. He's got some big clicks towards him, and Wizard helping to secure the kill with the swashbuckle. And why she focused by Monet, but the Slark, I mean, where do you go now? You're gonna pounce away, you're gonna run out. Dragon Knight might just have to give his life for this. A good heal back. Monet still has the Heavenly Grace going, but they've hexed up the DK. Setsu getting annihilated by the Alchemist, and AQ wants more. Monet's blood needs to be spilled. He's already used his Dark Pact, and Newbee hold on to their jungle. A massive team fight victory for them. Leading in kills, net worth advantage, all the boxes being ticked.
Once Alchemist joins a fight, it feels like it's just over. And Grandma, I did not see a single Mortimer kisses this game. Like, Clockwork is finding her in the back lines. Fate, man, he's been playing amazing on this position 5. The Clockwork tanking the gangs, cutting things out. Now tanking all the damage, some big spells, then buying back, and another kill on Super.
Yeah, Wizard grabs it, and Flywind's come into a 3 versus 1 with the chain stuns from Newbee, catching him in the cogs. Flywind, can he sustain through this? He's got no one, no purification, nothing remaining, so they are reliant now on the Slark finding the pounce onto Faith, but it's the position 5 Clockwork. He's fine dying. He's their bottom net worth. He's initiated, he's cast all of his spells, they kill the offlaner, and sure, take my life.
All the small pieces are coming together. Dazzle, Necrobook 1, getting closer. The Guardian Greaves, which will keep them alive for a very long time. Alchemist about to finish his BKB, and man, he's getting way too much gold from this.
And this
Didn't die a single time.
Yeah, this Alch build is so old meta, it's like new meta again. Battle Fury Shadowblade BKB, it makes me think I'm back in 2016 or something with these Chinese teams making Battle Fury Alch work. Moogie, you mentioned the Greaves coming, not too far off it. What's Wizard up to? Brace of Lads treads. Halberd now queued on the Pangolier. So opting not to go for the pipe this time around. While Shadow Shaman can go and complete his Ether Lens. Even longer range initiation onto heroes like Slark and Omni Knight. Even the Nyx Assassin, like having that Hex against Nyx is so handy.
Dragon Knight going for AC. They understand how important it is to itemize correctly in this game. Going for armor, boosting things up with Vlads and AC. Hype it up, Gary.
They've killed off Grandma almost immediately. AQ snipes it out with Concoction and forces the buyback from Super. And Roshan drops to about half HP. Now Setsu disarmed along with the Nyx, but the carapace is good until the Hex from Waishi clearing through September. The Mortimer's Kisses, though, into the cogs. They've trapped themselves in. They're burning alive. The Grave onto Faith, though. Beautiful from Moogie, keeping the Clockwork alive. As Setsu falls back to the high ground with Monet, and the BKB of Alchemist has worn off now. So Roshan still open and being attempted by Newbee, but risky business. As Setsu's Dragon form up in 10 seconds. There is no Guardian Angel, no Mortimer's Kisses, very few teamfight ultis actually here for either side. And Alchemist, Chemical Rage up in 5. They've got Cogs to zone them out. A good impale back onto Wizard. Pango chain stun him into oblivion, but he's got a swashbuckle. He just runs back past the pit, so they focus Moogie now, and Roshan is a hit from death. The bash onto Alk. They don't jump in the pit in time, and he's got the Aegis up. Moogie graves himself and stays alive, gets back to the high ground, and Setsu trapped inside the cogs. That purification burns through the Clockwork. Faith falls another time as Wizard trapped in the... Oh, no, he's not. He's jumped out. The pounce didn't last long enough, and AQ doesn't care if he loses his first life here. He's got a second one up his sleeve, so focusing onto Omni with a massive whack.
100 crit.
520 off the Shadow Blade hit, and there we have it. Stun into stun, Shackles, Concoction, Hex and Net. September, where are you going? You're running into your own grave. Hiding invis? No reveal? Okay, no reveal. Oh, Sentry on the high ground. September's a running. Radiant Courier flies overhead. Tower just getting focused down now by Newbee instead, though.
Problem was this high ground ward that gave them vision. Slark was pinging it out a couple of times. He could not region up, so he had to go around. And they had a vision on Omni Knight. So this is pretty big deal in winning this team fight. Also, Alchemist killing the Roche. Man, Newbie, they really shine in these situations where they have to make quick decision making, whether they go and end the Roche or they fall back. Dragon Knight was also 200 gold away from full AC.
Oh. So close yet so far. But yeah, I agree, this kind of hectic, frantic teamfight decision making. Especially when you don't have these teamfight ultis available, because when you've got Hookshot and you've got Rolling Thunder, you know, it can be quite simple just to say, right, I'm going to Hookshot this target, we focus them, we Rolling Thunder into here. Without them, you've got so many more smaller decisions to make in terms of who you're targeting and prioritizing in the fights. We do have the AC on Dragon Knight now, but you look at the Alchemist, and he's got his coming too.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's a full AC on Alk. 19,000 net worth. What's his GPM actually? 979 on AQ. He hit 1,050 in that previous game. Up against eHome. Monet Slark working on Skadi. No BKB though, and that's a cogs on the Dragon Knight. Setsu trapped inside. There's no Force Staff, there's no save until Flywind comes on with a bit of a heal and a cookie back. The Guardian Angel required to get Setsu back onto high ground. And Alk did pop his BKB for that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fate stuck
Radiant structures are fortified.
inside the Serpent wards. They were forced to use Guardian Angels. I don't think they can take a fight without GA, and Alchemist BKB,
They're chasing.
it's not that big of a deal.
They want AQ so bad. The smoke behind. AQ does have his popped. Carapace there, but it's not going to do anything. It's not a Radiance Alk. That's a Battle Fury Alk.
It looked like he forgot. Man, I'm gonna stun him running at him. Shit, he doesn't even have Radiance.
He doesn't have Raddy. Shadow Shaman's working on BKB. Doesn't even go Ags or Blink or anything. Ether lens into BKB straight up from Waishi. Wizard almost has that halberd. Again, just so vital against this Slark and Dragon Knight. It's RNG, it's a two-core lineup here. Yes, you've got DK, Slark with an Omni to save you. Nyx and Snapfire, your two primary teamfight heroes. But Newbee, all in on this Alchemist. Abyssal Blade being worked on very quickly.
RNG wants to hold this game possible for another 10 to 15 minutes. Right now, they are afraid to take a fight. Slark and DK have less net worth than Alchemist.
Dire's top
Combined,
tower
yeah.
is under attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're coming high ground. They missed the stun. AQ is being chain stunned up a bit, but still has that Aegis for 45 seconds. And of course, Mugi with the grave behind him, that ever-present threat. Nice pounce there, but a Force Staff out will get Wizard to safety. RNG are chasing out their base. This is very ballsy. The hook shot catching Grandma, obliterated by the Alchemist, and they focus on to Setsu now, the Dragon Knight. Okay, leave him alone. We'll get the other ones. They're easier to take down. And Waishi graved up means he can turn with the Shackles. Serpent Wards whacking into Flywind, who has to sprint back off to the right-hand side, and Monet just pouncing and diving around. He can't stick on a target. Mugi is juking him. Body blocking with the Necro Books. And they've got three heroes surrounding the DK. You're a tanky boy, Mr. Dragon Knight, and you need the help of September here, but the clumsy net and the jump in again. Wizard so close to killing him off. Dragon Knight will fall as Mugi unstoppable on this Dazzle. Oh, RNG. Are you just going to tap out? Newbee seemed to have your number this game. 11 to 20 with a 15k lead. Alchemist AQ, beautifully done. Diving in for the Nyx Assassin. Tier 3 gone. AQ doesn't have Aegis anymore, remember, and his Chemical Rage, only about 10 seconds duration remaining. So Faith goes in to tank up the remainder of RNG's aggression. Allow the Alchemist to escape for now, and potentially they just give someone's life to get AQ out of here, but they don't even need to.
This is what matters, keeping their barracks alive. Sadly, Omni Knight was forced to run this way and didn't have a TP to come back to a lane. Omni Knight needs to play around Dragon Knight so that Slark can go in and try to steal as much Essence Shift as possible.
They need to play that in and out, kind of guerrilla warfare. BKB DK coming. Slark Scardy, how far is it? 900 gold. It's just really sad times for Super and September. Very, very little in terms of itemization for these two Radiant supports. I've got a 4-staff on Faith. Shadow Shaman. What's he picked up? I guess he died, so he lost a bit of gold there. Full Solar Crest on this Dazzle. So Necro 1 and Dazzle, like, you know, fully understandable, but going into Mech and then Solar Crest, I guess they want all the buffs onto the Alchemist as quickly as possible, right? Going Necro 3 just delays your timing.
Other heroes don't buy Solar Crest, and it's a little bit of lag for me.
Same here. I've got people walking on the spot. Let's do a quick little disconnect and reconnect.
And that Solar Crest on Dazzle like gives a buff. The Alchemist, it's a 1-core lineup. You can see that they're building all these small items. Pangolier going for Disarm, the second Disarm on top of Lucky Shot, which cripples both Slark and Dragon Knight in teamfights.
Get ourselves back into the game. Right, have we missed anything? Doesn't look like it.
Nothing happened.
Very good. RNG holding on to that mid tier 2. Moogie in towards Roche Pit. 1 minute 10 seconds for the big man to come back. Where are RNG going? They're drawing lines down towards bottom, but there are no bounty runes there. And Newbee have the opposing high ground. So RNG smoking up, breaking the ramp, up the stairs. Immediate disarm onto Slark, and RNG, they're kind of tentative about this. They're not sure if they want in or want out, because the Dragon Tail dodged by the Rolling Thunder. Nice hook shot from Faith, traps them all inside the cogs, so bouncing around, Wizard has pushed them out, unfortunately. The Guardian Angel now giving them a little bit of a lifeline, and Flywin turning to battle the Alchemist, but not the ideal target, as Mortimer's Kisses catching Shadow Shaman on the left-hand side, but he's shackled up the Slark.
Slark is disabled.
He is absolutely chain-stunned. He can't move. And Setsu is inside Cogs, inside Serpent Wards, Cookie down to the low ground, but Wizard straight back on top of his head. Faith wants a little bit more, he's got the taste of blood in the water, and AQ still has a BKB. 7 seconds until Abyssal Blade is back up. And RNG bleeding out at this point.
Disarms are too much. They need BKB on this Dragon Knight. He's not dealing any damage. Swashbuckle, Heaven's Halberd, another Swashbuckle.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Being either hexed or shackled. Slark does not have a BKB, but he is, I'm gonna say, only level 17, so he's gonna be out pretty soon.
Full lane of barracks. The glyph to delay it. Catapults going, he's got AC on his Alk. Yeah, that noise he makes when he whacks buildings. Beautiful sound. Even with Slark respawning, there is no form of recourse here for RNG. They just have to watch as their buildings crumble. Roshan time for Newbee, or do they want to go and make a team fight happen and close this one out? Because they've got vision on Monet. AQ channeling that concoction. Nothing doing. Setsu wants that BKB so desperately. I also noticed earlier on the Alchemist had Butterfly queued up. I'm kind of sad he didn't go for it. Like, I understand his itemization, but I was looking forward to Butterfly on out after BKB. And that was a pretty quick Roshan. Aegis cheese on the Alchemist. Give the cheese over to Wizard. And it's high ground push time yet again. They can play both into mid and top if they want to. Just need to clear out that tier 2.
Full Silver Edge on Alk, so you can break Slark, break Dragonite, most importantly. I mean, Dragonite's already having a lot of... He should sell something and buy a BKB. Unless he can farm to the top lane. 100 gold, let's go.
There it is, he's got it. Monet, Dark packed away. I've got the Serpent Wards down though. And Why She also has a Force Staff here. If he needs to get the Alchemist out of danger. AQ getting focused. They want to try and pop this Aegis, it looks like, but he's Force Staffed away. There's no way of catching him. They even had a Grave, Greaves, everything behind the Alk. This is a problem now. With no Spirit Vessel, still only an Urn on the Nyx Assassin. They don't have a way to stop that mass healing coming in. And now the Stranglehold comes. It's down to RNG to try and break out of it with whatever means they can find. They're smoking up northwards. They're not going to get to the outpost in time. Both controlled by the Dire. And high ground still being broken. Slark with a regen rune. He can grab a bounty if he wants to, but he has to come back to the base and defend. Stun misses. Disarm onto DK. His damage is lacking now. AQ shreds the building and he turns and whacks the Dragon Knight. Where's your armor gone? That Silver Edge going to work beautifully with the Abyssal Blade as Setsu does get his BKB off. But Wizard with his Rolling Thunder, 4-5 connections, all in onto RNG, and Slog even inside that Shadow Dance can't do a damn thing. Wizard just absolutely balling out of control, and AQ back in with a concoction yet again, looking to focus down the Only Knight, but the cogs from Faith trapping the Alk in and making sure he can't get a kill, but it's Why She with a long-range Ether Shock. Double kill for your Shadow Shaman. Double buyback now from RNG supports, but the Shackles onto Nyx Assassin takes down September, and the buildings, they are a-falling. AQ making short work of the middle lane of barracks, and into top they go. Still holding onto Aegis the Immortal. Monet trying to stack up whatever essence shift he can, and some good Mortimer's Kisses actually landing it onto Wizard and AQ, but the cheese and Aegis still in hand for Newbee. Surely put this game out of contention, and GG is called. We're going to go to game 4. Newbee striking back.
Once again, very nice lineup from Newbee. They played that against Ecom. Surprised that RNG did not ban out Alchemist. If it was any other hero, I think the outcome would be different.